Hello guys, welcome back to the Beastie Room. Now we're going to have a rehouse today and it's a rather sweet little arboreal, and that is the Tapinauchenius rasti. So we have got our one in one of the cereal boxes, and I must admit these do really well in these, they really do. So but we thought it's time we got her out and well, it out, we don't know what it is actually, and put it in one of these 20 by 20 by 30 exos so she can come down into the room, he, she, whatever it might be. We might find out when we have a look. We've not actually had a close look at her for a very long time. She has recently molted out, so hopefully it's a she, but we will find out. It's probably going to open it up now and find we've got a male, but we've not been that on top of her really. Right, let's get this in here. So we're going to fit this up. It's going to be a nice simple thing. Not going to get too drastic with it all. Now we find with a lot of these spiders, especially these small arboreal spiders, they don't need a massive amount of space. They do rather well in these 20 by 30s. So we're going to put this in here. And we're going to use the normal, just like we would normally for any of the other arboreals, a nice piece of cork bark just to put in there. Put that in there. We're going to put our water bowl in now because otherwise, by the time we get our bits of plant and stuff in, it will be harder to actually manoeuvre around. So we're going to do this now. Put that in there. Let me just turn this, and we're going to put it pretty much in the middle. Get that in there. Don't forget, when you put these in, try and get them as level as possible. I'll put a little spray up underneath as well. And that is it. Now, we have played around with different water bowls and things, but we always come back to these milk bottle tops. They do seem to do rather well. Right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to put a plant in here. We're going to put one of these ferns in. Let's do this here. Could have done that over my bucket, couldn't I, instead of wasting all of that. Right. And typically, I picked a right tall one. Now these are the Tapinauchenius rasti, come from the Caribbean. So they do like it nice and warm, and they do like it nice and humid. We've got another little plant here as well. And what I figured was that we're actually going to fill this up because he is quite a shy little spider. Whenever we sort of go near it, it always disappears. So I figured we'd give it plenty of green cover, and hopefully this will help it settle in just a little bit. In fact, it's going to have a lot of green because we're going to put a bit of moss in there as well. We'll put a bit of moss in the bottom, so I reckon we can. There, you see the base of this stuff is where we've peeled it off. Don't forget, this is all natural stuff. I'm going to put that in there. And hopefully when we water our plants, they won't just dry out straight away. This moss will help to hold some of that in. Even if our moss is to die off, which it does happen from time to time, it does just disappear, it just dies. For some reason it just doesn't want to take. It's still useful even when it dries out. We can still use it for the same purpose There we go, we're in. We're done. What would be nice, I wonder if I have a little branch of some description.
Oh no, not more.
Wow, have a little look at that.
Oh no, that's lovely.
That's lovely, she says.
It's lovely.
But we could really do with a little branch, if I had one, which I don't think I do. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Here we go.
That's not a little one.
It will be by the time I've finished with it. It will be.
No.
What we're looking for is we just want to give our spider a little bit more real estate. And by real estate, we just mean, oh, that was good, wasn't it? We just want to give it a little bit more in the way of options.
It'd be better if the wood went into the plants. No, lower.
Yeah.
Oh.
There we go. Don't know.
No, you're getting it all back front and upside down.
I think I've got it. There we go. So it's just going to give it another little area in which to wander. And then we can tuck these bits of plant in here. And even if that grows up through the roof, that will be good. It will also actually, because we use our mesh roofs, the plant there will actually help with some of the humidity with our moisture content rising. It will actually slow it down a little bit. So we'll put that on there. And once we've got a little bit more in there, that will actually seal that off quite a bit. It's surprising how much of a difference that will make. Right then, so let's have a look at this really, really cool little spider. I'm going to put this up here. Put that one there. And we're going to get our bit of wood. I think we can probably do it on the smaller bit of wood. Let's have a look at this really, really cool spider. Yes, this one has been lovingly grown on from a sling by a camera lady.
You've stolen it.
And we've stolen it to go in the beastie room. Now this is what we do with some of the stuff that we actually want to have future projects with. We will quite often just grow them on, and then eventually they'll make their way into the room. And she is holding in there. All right.
So they're not aggressive?
No, they're generally really, really placid. That being said, you should always be a little careful, because you never quite know. So we're going to get our paintbrush, because she's about to get pushed out of her web. Here she comes. Or he, whatever. Whoa. Right, so we'll get rid of that. We've now got a decent molt, so we can sex her later on. As we were saying before, these are really, really quite shy. And hopefully the camera will pick up the purple and the red in them legs. Look at that. That truly is a very, very pretty spider. If I put that down so it don't keep moving about, you'll be able to focus on that. And I would say, looking at that, that probably is going to be a female. So as we said, this one has been grown on from a sling. So when did we get them slings? How long have we had this one?
Long time.
Long time. It's got to be 18 months, hasn't it?
Can you give me some better angles, please?
And we've still got more growing to do, although they don't get absolutely huge. There we go. Very, very pretty. So as you can see there, we've got lovely red setae on the legs, all over the body actually. And you'll notice there as well that with the abdomen, it actually looks almost like velvet. And this is something that we see with the Tapinauchenius genus. They really are very sort of smooth looking. They really are exquisite. They're like the supermodels of the arboreal world. You can see that green carapace as well. It's almost like a greeny gold colour. Now, breeding wise, these are relatively easy to breed. They're none too bad. They tend to be quite easy to pair up. So, all being well, we will have some of these in the future.
Can you give me better angles? Because I'm not.
What would you like?
You to show me the spider.
Right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try and get her to move, but as you saw there, she's very, very fast. In actual fact, before I do that, I am going to get a photograph, because it is very rare that we actually see this particular spider. So I think we'd be foolish to not get a photograph. Absolutely wonderful. Right.
Now show us.
So what we'll do now is we'll try and get her to walk a little bit, but she might just take off. Hopefully not. You see how they're quite sort of skittish. There she is. Look at that in all her glory now. Really, really pretty. If we can get a bit of extra. Oh, she's like, no, I don't like that.
No. She was lovely.
That really shows her up. So these guys like it warm. So we're looking at having them in the high sort of 70s to 80. They'll be perfectly happy. Humidity wise, we're looking at high humidity as well. 70–80% humidity.
Can you bring that over here?
Really, really nice. And in terms of food, we'd be looking at feeding this. She will take an adult cricket. I wouldn't give this spider an adult dubia. I'd be looking at smaller ones, and also maybe red runners will be really, really nice. Keep this going. She's got beautiful colouring. Hopefully the camera's picking it up. They are very, very pretty. And they're relatively easy to look after as well. Nice and simple. I'm going to have to change this a bit because my arm's going to fall off.
Good.
So yes, they're relatively easy to look after. So I would say anywhere from even a beginner, you know, a good accomplished beginner will have no trouble with this spider at all. They really are very, very easy. And they're very placid, although they can be very quick. So we're just going to give her a little nudge here to see if we can get her to just move just a little bit. Just open up a tad. This is typical sort of like hiding posture. As you can see, there is absolutely no aggression or anything here. She's very well behaved. And she's like, I do not want to move. There we go, look at that. Very, very pretty. In many ways, they do resemble the Avix, but there's something about these. The Tapinauchenius group are just a very, very Adorable looking spider. So we're going to keep them nice and warm, nice and humid. They will appreciate a little bit of airflow, which we get through our mesh tops. So we've got no problems there. And food wise, we're just going to throw food in. You can tongue feed these guys. Once they set up home, we can always put a cricket or a roach on the top of the piece of cork bark, and she will come out to feed. So what we're going to do now, we're going to see if we can't get her to go in. I think we've had some nice close-ups. I think she's going to go off on her own now, look. That's an idea. Maybe, how about we do that? Let's see if we can't get her to... You just saw a little glimpse there of that speed that we were talking about. And all she really wants to do is hide away. They are quite a shy spider. So she's gone down there. And that is probably where she is going to stay. So we're going to leave her in peace now. She's done very, very well. For a shy spider, she actually set out for quite a bit. Now we have a few of these guys, so hopefully we can do something with them in the future. And it would be really, really nice to actually breed these. They're very, very cool. All right then. Well, I hope you like that little glimpse into our Tapinauchenius rasti. What a cool spider. Right then, don't forget, be calm, be gentle, and love your spider. And I'll see you all soon, guys.